Oh, hello, Proper Panda here. I've just gone through the balance adjustment, and I'm not fucking happy at all. In fact, I'm actually happy about quite a lot of it. Just one particular character that really has pissed me off because it shows how competent Smilegate are. Um, First of all, the whole thing with the Taiwan situation. I just want to quickly address it here. Um, I don't care about getting the rewards ourselves. I don't think that China deserves the rewards on their server, full stop. Smartgate didn't do anything wrong, so therefore, why should China be compensated over some stupid fucking politics they can't get their head around? Um, with that outside, I want to go into balance adjustment. I don't want to keep talking about the Taiwan situation. I'm not happy about it. Nobody really is. And people are going to use this as a chance to kind of try and get some free gibs, some free rewards, whatever you want to call it. And I genuinely couldn't care about getting free rewards. Um, so developers notes. I want to start by saying Judge Kisei definitely deserves to be on this list. I'm currently building her, and I've found that she's way too soulburn reliant, which is something that gets addressed. Lionheart Zermia definitely needs a buff. I don't really like this character. I think she's a very ratty character, and I really dislike her playstyle. That being said, I will be looking to get her, and she did deserve a buff. She has got the skin right now, so she definitely needs it. I'm going to fucking ignore this. I no, I'll get into that in a second. Abigail, definitely needs a buff. She kind of in a really weird spot where you don't really know how you're meant to build her. You don't really have the stats to build her. I don't know. Something's going on there. It's not quite right. So I think her buff is fine. Alencia definitely fucking needs a buff and a mega buff at that. She probably needs to just be immune to injury, although that doesn't happen. I will warn you now. Um, Shooting Star Katie's this character never needs a buff. She technically can just make someone go till Frenzy 10, revive a BBK, and then it's just game over for the opponent, right? Like, this unit should never, ever, ever get a buff. She's a really weird unit to buff. Fan of Light and Dark, thankfully, they gave it the buff that we need, so there's no argument for me there. Definitely needs a buff. And Otherworldly Machinery is a really good buff for new players. I personally don't have this artifact. I don't really care for it, but it's an interesting one, right? So going over Judge Kisei, so it starts with just her S2, and then it now defense breaks and hit chance debuff. I would prefer if they keep this counter attack, but I don't mind this. This isn't bad because it's now Soulburn ignore Efrez, and having another fucking Aquall seems a little bit disturbing. So, and one that would basically just ignore Bunny Dom. More importantly, so now I guess you're just playing her as like a Ran type of situation, right? She definitely probably still needs buffs in terms of her um stats, but I think her kit is very well rounded now. It makes more sense to me now. Obviously the invincibility here, it remains basically the same, just more damage. Lionheart Semias, basically they just chopped off the fighting spirit, um, and made it kind of exactly what I want to see on Design a little bit. Increases the combat readiness by 30% now, or is that 20? Still 20. And then resets the skill cooldown. Um, and then she gets her S3 at the start of battle, so better for cleavers like me. Which is obviously good, right? I wanna get her. I might think about getting her now. The only issue is no buff to her penetration. Not that she really needs it. She does a lot of damage already, but with Ilyanov in the game, you're gonna find it a little bit hard to use her properly. Um, I'll get on to Pirate Captain Flan next. I'm fucking so mad about that unit. I need some time to cool a little. I've literally just read through it, wrote a statement on Stove, and then instantly come to record because I know I haven't uploaded anything for a while as well. I do have some footage, but I'm just gonna go through this and then I might think about uploading footage sometime soon. Sometime soon, maybe. It'll be from last season stuff. It won't be from this season stuff. So basically, Abigail now has a cleanse, which is nice. It means that her memory imprint is fucking useless now, but whatever. Um, and then dispels all buffs, which means you can like defense break, like immunity units and stuff like that now, which is nice. Effectiveness by 50%. She's already kind of the sort of unit to be running like Circus Fantasia, so if you're building her to be hybrid, so yeah, it's not bad at all. I think her damage is not great though. That's kind of like her entire issue, and she needs to be fast and do damage and be bulky and have F. You know, she's a bit like Judge Kise actually, just with health instead of attack. Alencia, the ignore F-res seems like a pretty nice idea because she strips already on her S3. And then they gave her some crit. They basically just put like Alencia Nox's Wrath, her artifact, into her kit, which means she's now getting like a 30% CR push if you S1 into Eradicate, into Trample, sorry. And then they just put Mind's Eye being the injury now, which I mean, whatever, I guess. I doesn't really make much of a difference. In fact, I think this is still like a pretty decent buff to have. It might actually be worse now that I look at it again. It's not like I guess she's going to be doing a little bit more injury, but I think she just needs to like the whole thing with when Alencia was strong was she was better at injuring than the other best injury units at the game, right? Now she couldn't even try and hold a candle to DDR. She can't try and hold a candle to any unit that wanted to injure nowadays because they are just way better at doing damage. They're way better at injuring. I think she would need to be, as I said before, immune to injury. I don't think that's fair, but I can see why it would happen, right? So whatever, right? This EE, nobody's using it anyway. Anyone's using the trample EE for the healing. Like, you're not going to change to this. Like, 20% CR pushback on a character that doesn't even have effectiveness is not going to fucking do anything, right? Shooting Star AKs, they just basically put attack buff on it. I think now it's like, yeah, it's just cleansing, right? Whatever. Just whatever, man. Crit chance on the otherworldly machinery is fine, and 100% on the whale artifact. I have it actually at plus 30, so I appreciate that change. My BPK sometimes just doesn't kill, and we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so Pirate Captain. Now she defense breaks for one turn with a 75% chance. At the end of the turn, she detonates all bombs and burns, which means now she does more damage when she detonates. Granted, she has to land her bomb and the death break, which is 2 15% checks, but it's fine, right? Now, instead of her redirecting 30% of damage to the front row, she now has 70% crit resistance. This is probably to stay in line with her lore, being like Emma Landy. I'm going to tell you now, I would rather just have the fucking weakness that 30% that redirect has. I would rather keep that for the sake of having the effectiveness bonus. I abuse the fact that she gets 50 effectiveness for free quite hard. So then you can play her with this high attack build, because now that I'm down 50 effectiveness, I kind of need to have like more effectiveness built in if I want to use my S3 first, and you'll see why I said that in a second. Scourge of Sea is now just gone. I think it's called Hunt actually. Yeah, Hunt. That, oh yeah, her passive Scourge of the Sea. Hunt is gone, right? I used Hunt back a while ago now. I used to play her with the likes of Wanderer Silk or CM Leica, and basically you would pop your S3, then CM Leica would go, or Wanderer Silk, and then you would just S2 with them, so you get the dual attack, you get the extra 50% CR push, and then you take the turn just before the enemy was meant to. You would also stun or kill a unit in the meantime, so you could basically try and cycle yourself without having to have other CR pushers, because you would just use her actual passive to CR push herself back up. And now she has this. She now grants herself pillage, and it increases effectiveness for all allies. So basically, she's trying to be a DDR sidekick, if you will. And I fucking hate it. Like, I genuinely, I cannot see why they've done this. It doesn't make sense. Now she's just a DDR sidekick, and DDR already does enough damage and doesn't need sidekicks, right? Like, personally, I deal with DDR quite well. Sorry, I'm currently logging into Epic 7, which is probably why you heard the sound at the start. I'll turn it on now. But if you go through my account, I have like the units to deal with the DDR, so I personally don't have that much of a problem. I have a Dragon King Sharoon, which, by the way, Dragon King Sharoon is now going to be even more of a counter to the DDR, because now he's going to be playable with pflan, and both of them, like, she deals with both of them because people aren't going to be running attack on pflan, right? They're going to be really running high effectiveness. The other unit that kind of deals with him quite well is Designer a little bit, obviously, because, you know, he slaps like 8 debuffs on them. Designer cleanses everything. GG done, right? Granted, she has to resist the sleep or get so much push that she gets asleep somehow, gets away from the sleep somehow, because they just soul burn the S1 nowadays into Designer after. As for pflan, this is the state that she currently sits in. I've been playing her a lot recently, especially towards the end of the season, and when it came to pre-season, it's been a character that I've been playing because I'm currently sat in silver, just messing around, having fun, playing Judge Kisei as well, because I decided to build my Judge Kisei. It's not done, like, obviously, unreforged piece of gear here, not finished awakenings, you know, off portrait, you know, it's nowhere near a done build, I can tell you that for sure, but I don't understand why they would change this. Like, there's many things you could do to buff Pirate Captain. Not a single one of the ones that I would put forward is anything they've done. Oh, you haven't got a virus. That's me. Probably. The no strip on our S3 after the buff. Like, that would have been the most obvious thing, is put a fucking strip on our S3. Another thing is, I don't know. You could do so much with her, right? Like, I don't mind you adding a death break to this. I really don't mind. But you keep this effect. You need the grant's extra turn, Soulburn. Because now she's just useless. Now you can't kill 2 units or stun 2 units out of the game simultaneously. You will just do a little bit more damage to one because you'll have the death break. That's if you land the death break. Granted, it's less souls, but with the amount of soul units in the game, I'll go over some of the units I've been playing, right? I've been playing Frida. Like, I have 15 souls from this. I get another 2 from this. And another full soul burn off that. A mid gives me 2 souls here, 2 souls here. That's another 4. Sea Phantoms giving me 3. What other units do I use? Naqual's giving me 4. Or 1 if you're dealing with Rebellion, plus 3 to kind of combo. You can see if I just go on my RTA, obviously I am in silver, I am losing games because I'm just trying to have fun. If you look at a game that I've played Pirate Captain, which, let's say here, my Arunko is completely useless this game, my Pirate Captain just solo carried the entire game, right? Even if I have no soul burn, wait, actually, yeah, even because I have no soul burn, right? I think I put her front row, S2, S3, S3, or I think this goes next in S3s. She gets the extra turn instantly, kills something, I don't know what, probably this, and then she pushes up. Oh wait, no, she soul burns after that and kills something else, and then she pushes up, and then she can nuke whatever or do whatever bullshit she does, right? Like another game where I played her, S3, because I'm faster, right, than this, base speed wise, into S2, S3, into S3, into S3 this, right? Or I've soul burned this gets a push, you know, like, basically what I'm saying is, like, she kind of needs the extra turn, right? If you want to deal with teams, right, obviously not usually like this, but, you know, people are trying to have fun in preseason. Like, for example, this, right? I see I'll push back this, I see I'll push it back with this, right? I have pushes with this, and this resets everything. I think that's why I lost, is because this didn't. But, yeah, that's kind of the idea, right? I hadn't... Oh, wait, I did have Knuckle. Shit, I could have just played Knuckle. I guess they would have banned this then. So, yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense. She needs the soul burn, right? She needs the extra turn. She needs the effectiveness, right? Because I'll show you the build that I have on her. It's about 400 gear score, which I would consider 400 gear score to be average for most people, right? I know there's some people who are like, oh my god, the 400 gear score is really low. And it's like, I am a free-to-play player. I've been playing 2 years. This is my build on her, right? I am fast as fuck. I don't need to be this fast. I will tell you right now, I don't need to be this fast, right? Because my openers aren't fast that I play with her. But being fast is nice, right? And I could sacrifice, like, what, 20 speed, whatever. It doesn't really matter, but, like, I've got an attack ring on her. I don't want to do that. I've got another attack ring neck on her. Like, I can't get rid of these pieces just for some more effectiveness, right? Like, the build is meant to run the way it is because she gets this in a passive. I can't see what Smargate are even thinking. This is the only way she's even viable at the moment, because, like, there's so many units that are running around with cleanses, or they're immune to stuns. Example numero uno, right? Like, Navy Captain Laddie is like pflan's biggest counter if you don't play her with damage, right? Because you just can't stun her, and she's a one-man carry. And you don't even strip until you S1 now. And even then, it's like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Smilegate, please don't do this. Don't, like, just leave her alone. You know what, right? Stop fucking buffing units that don't need buffs. Give her immune to seal. Done. Right? Give her immune to seal. Give her the current effects that Lermia have on her S2. Right? So she can just cleanse every turn if you proc her. Right? Because that's what's needed in the game. There needs to be units, right? You can even get rid of a cooldown. It doesn't matter, right? But there needs to be units in the game that deal with debuffs, right? It's not just a case of just give them immunity. There's currently ML Luna in the game. There's DDR. There's, like, so many units that are giving, like, 8 debuffs, right? pflan, obviously. pflan won't become more meta, though. They're just, like, spamming more debuffs on people. Turn 2 is going to get even more annoyed, which they currently don't really have a reason to get annoyed, but besides that point, like, they're going to get more annoyed because they're getting more and more controlled out of the game. Turn 1 is just getting more and more debuffers, so they're just piling more and more on, right? Like, you've got this thing, right? Like, this is the thing, right? Is that if this thing resets cooldown every time she procs it, this thing doesn't really work on her if she can't seal her. And again, you could just make her immune to seal, and then boom, all problems solved. I don't get why they buffed Pirate Captain. I genuinely don't get it. Why not buff Designer? Give her more damage. Give her the reset on her S3. There needs to be more cleanses in the game right now. Give Hangai a buff. Right? Hangai needs a CR push. He needs to be more effective. He needs to do something. Make Infernal Kwazu, like, cleanse the reset or something. Like, Actually, he might. Hold up. He might actually. Like, there needs to be an answer for all these debuff units right now in the game. Like, Briar Witch. I know Briar Witch isn't used that often, right? Ada, right? Granted, she's meant to be a character that should be fucking nerfed, but besides the point. But, like, stunning 3 units a game, 4 units every time she presses S3 is, like, not fun, right? A unit that I've been using recently, Benevolent Roman, right? Benevolent Roman can have up to 8 buffs. Granted, he never fucking uses any of them. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, they're like, oh, we're going to change the meta. We're going to make her more aggressive by removing all of her damage, because you now don't get the free stats. And instead of giving her more damage, or some other way to deal with shit, we're now going to get rid of her extra turn. We're going to remove the strip on her S1 and put it on her S2 in some weird way, which it's not translated correctly, whatever it is. So I don't really know how it's meant to work. It just says whenever it's activated, whenever enemy has a buff after using a kill, I'm guessing when you use execution, activates time to pillage. So if they have a buff, then after attacking, I steal 1 buff from the target. Does this apply before I apply the bomb or after I apply the bomb? We don't even know. It doesn't, like... Because if I hit an immunity target, if I can't strip the immunity with my S1, then why am I doing it? And, like, I'm not even going to apply the death break. That's the worst part of it. You're not even applying the death break. I could soul burn this shit into an immunity character, and it doesn't matter because the immunity character is just going to resist the immunity anyway, right? And then she could just resist the strip or resist the bomb, and now it's a useless fucking ability. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. So, if you see my thingy, if you see my post, you know, bump it up, whatever. I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing. It doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm already best. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. pflan survival now on a coin flip. Also just dies from Gala Ravi. Yep. Reduce buff duration RS3. Yep. Holy, thank you. There are people actually noticing it. This is another one, right? FCC definitely needs a balance update. So yeah, make this known to SG, please. I am the Pirate Captain player. Like, my entire account revolves around playing Pirate Captain. I'm not going to say that I'm her main or her best player or anything like that. I'm definitely not. I'm a fucking shitload champ player in RTA. But I will probably be trying for more than that. But I tell you now, I'm not trying more than that if I don't have my Pirate Captain working the way that she should. Right? This buff is fucking horrid. This buff is actually dreadful, and I don't understand what they've done. Please, Smargate, please, whoever is seeing this, right? I don't care about the buffs. I don't care about getting 5k Skystones. I don't care about getting a limited selector. Granted, I would really love Sharklet, but because you've screwed me over twice on her now. But moving on. Please just revert the Pirate Captain buffs. This unit is literally like half of my YouTube channel, and I don't want to create more content on her, but I've had to. Right, I have to create content on her right now, right, and say, look, this is not how Pirate Captain is meant to be played. People just need to shift Pirate Captain in the way that they play her, the way that they build her, right? They need to make her do damage and not focus so much on stunning a Destina that will probably just 15% you anyway, and praying that she doesn't just, like, stun you, right? People need to shift her into being this, like, cleave, fixed damage dealer, that gets hard countered by Sylvan Sage Vivian, hard countered by Design a little bit, hard countered by Ed in certain situations, very hard countered by Celine if you don't play our mid with her, and I think she's actually just fine the way she is, right? There's a reason that she doesn't have a stripper on her S3. It's because she'd be absolutely disgusting if she did. It just doesn't make sense. Why? I don't know why they've touched her. Like, I don't get it. I'm sorry for waffling. Sorry for rumbling. This is all I'm going to do. If you want to see an account review, if you want to see the videos, whatever, let me know. You probably won't say anything in the comments anyway. People probably haven't even made this far. If you did, though, put "you're a retard" in the comments. I won't ban you, trust. And I'm actually, I don't know, probably not. Also, channel update. I got into uni. Way. I know I haven't said anything. So yeah, I got into uni. I passed. So 3 more years of being able to play Epic 7, definitely. Whether I will do or not depends on the Pirate Captain Flan situation. I'm joking. I probably won't quit. I fucking Stockholm syndrome at this point. Anyway, love y'all. Love everyone. I don't know why I said y'all. I'm not American. Right. Love, 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 love. Please fucking revert Pirate Captain though. Fuck SG. Fuck Smilegate. Fuck Smilegate.